Hi, everyone. Welcome to Canine Discovery Days. My name is Sarah James, and I am the chair of the Dane County 4 H Dog Project. Today, I'm going to explain what you need to know about training in our program. Let's get started with Canine Discovery Days. First off, I want to welcome all new and returning members this year. To introduce all the rest of our committee, as I said, my name is Sarah, and this is my 10th year on the committee, and I'm the chair of the committee. Our next committee member is Pam. This is her 5th year, and she works with all of the paperwork that you all turn in for training. She's our admin committee member. Jessie is completing her 2nd year, and she is our behavior committee member. Annie is completing her 8th year, and she is our training committee member. We are so privileged to be able to have 3 youth that want to step up their leadership role in the Dane County 4 H Dog Project. Catherine, or Kat, is completing her 1st year as a Dog Project Youth Ambassador. Maddie is completing her 2nd year as a Dog Project Youth Ambassador. And Abby is completing her 3rd as a Dog Project Youth Ambassador. Before we get into the content of Canine Discovery Days, I just want to remind everyone that is on this committee, both our adults and our youth, are full volunteers. A lot of us have full-time jobs or we're currently in school. So if you email us, please just be patient with us. We will get back to you as soon as possible. The 4 things that we're going to talk about in this presentation is check-in. What do you need to bring? Training, what is it and when does it start? Showing, how can you show what you have learned? And the next steps that you have to do after this presentation. Check-in, what, when, and where? Check-in is where the committee gets to meet you and your dog, and we find the best fit class for you. A small disclaimer, not every dog is a good fit for our program. If at any point during check-in or during training that we deem that your dog is not a good fit for our program, we're going to offer you a loaner dog. These loaner dogs are checked in and are owned by our own committee members, and you can continue to use this dog through training and into the showing season in the summer. The 2 different dates that we have for check-in are February 15th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., March 18th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. You only need to attend one of these dates, and usually check-ins last about 10 to 15 minutes. Both of these check-in dates are going to be located at the Align Energy Center in the Arena building. To give you a better idea of where the Arena building is located at the Align Energy Center, please refer to the map on this slide. You are going to enter through the main entrance off of Rimrock Road. And when you come in the main entrance, you're going to park in the parking lot to the left that is circled in green. After you and your dog get out of your car, you can walk up to the Arena building that you're going to enter through the entrance that is in between Pavilion 1, which is right here, and the Arena building. You'll enter through the doors there, and that is where you'll complete your check-in. How to prepare for check-in. Before you come to check-in, there is a couple different steps that you need to complete. The first is to fill out the online member form. This form tells us all information about contact information, who the member is, how old they are, and it also tells you the cost of obedience and showmanship classes that we offer. The next step that you have to complete is the dog information form. This information tells us about what your dog's name is, their breed, their age, what size they are. It also tells us if you have trained with this dog before, whether it be in our program or a different program. And it also lists different classes that you might be interested in. The office use box does not need to be filled out by you. This will be filled out by Jessie, our behavior committee member, when we have check-in. The last thing in step 4 is to read through the Dane County 4-H dog training rules and guidelines. These guidelines include the purpose of training and our different training methods. We are a force-free program, meaning that we do not use any adversive techniques, meaning things like shock collars or choke collars are not allowed in our training during the summer. It also includes handler and dog expectations like attendance and behavior for both the dog and the human. Dog information like vaccinations that we suggest that you have your dogs vaccinated for. And it also talks about any other dogs that have maybe trained in our program or other programs previously. The last big section in this is talking about our classes and equipment. This lists all the different classes that we offer as a project, and it includes any equipment that you may need to purchase in order to participate in our program. The next step after you have filled out the two forms and read the guidelines is you need to select and sign up for one of the two check-in dates using the Sign Up Genius links in the email. The first date is February 15th and the second is March 18th. The next step after you have completed those is when you come to check in, you need to bring 2 copies of your rabies that are current through July, your dog with a 6-foot leash, and please no retractables, your dog form that was filled out in step 4, and money to pay for per dog, $15 per dog. One of the things you need to also keep in mind, that this is also in the guidelines, is that each dog needs to pass a behavior check by our behavior committee member, Jesse, before moving on to training. If your dog is deemed that they are unfit for our program, we will offer a loaner dog that are owned by our committee members. You may ask, what training classes do we offer? Our first class is Pet Class 1. This is going to train your pet on how to be a good pet at home. A couple different tasks that we cover in this class would be sit to greet, meaning that they're calm and collected as someone comes to pet them, or wait at the door, meaning that if you open a door to outside or to another room, that they're not going to bolt ahead of you. From Pet Class 1, members can enter into 2 different classes. They can go 2 different ways. They can go to Pet Class 2 or Pre-Novice. Pet Class 2 works towards Canine Good Citizen certification and Trick Dog title. If members choose to go into Pre-Novice, this is the first level of formal obedience and all exercises are on leash. From Pre-Novice, you move on to Novice, and this is the second level of formal obedience. And some of the tasks that they complete during this are off leash. When you move on to graduate novice, this is the third level of formal obedience, and most of the exercises very similar to pre-novice and novice, but most of them are off leash and they might be a little bit longer in duration. From graduate novice, members can go into the open and utility areas. We have 4 different classes in this area. We have pre-open and open, pre-utility and utility. These are the most upper level courses of formal obedience that work towards specific tasks like retrieving a dumbbell, going over jumps, and going to a certain area of the ring. Training starts in May, and training is always held on Wednesday evenings. The schedule is on the slide here. That is 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. is our showmanship for our younger members or our new members. 6:30 to 7 o'clock is our Pet Class 1 and Pre-Novice classes. 7 to 7:30 is our showmanship for our older members or our returning members that are at a higher level. And 7:30 to 8 p.m. is our Pet Class 2, Novice, Graduate Novice, and our Open and Utility classes. You may ask yourself, how can I demonstrate all of the skills that I have learned through training? You have a couple different options. Your first is an open show, Lodi or Stoughton. Both are held this year on July 16th. And registration for Lodi is due June 22nd, and registration for Stoughton is due May 31st. If you choose to participate in our Dane County Fair, there's 2 different dates. We have July 15th, which is our agility show, and July 16th, which is our obedience and showmanship. We highly encourage members that are not enrolled in agility to come watch the agility show on July 15th, and vice versa. If you are only entered in the agility show, we highly recommend that you come and watch on July 16th for obedience and showmanship. Registration is usually due at the end of May, beginning of June for this, but because we don't have specific dates, more information to come after that. After you have competed at the Dane County Fair, all members will be invited in some way to the State Dog Show. This may look like arts and crafts, photography, posters, or quiz bowl, or you may be invited to bring your dog and enroll in one or more of the courses that are offered. The committee will review throughout the training season and Dane County Fair to see if your dog would be a good fit for the state show. The reason why not every dog is invited to the state show is that the state show is a very large level. Last year, we had over 200 exhibitors and over 200 dogs that were at the state show. It can be a very overwhelming show and environment for some dogs, and that is why that we review to make sure that your dog will be a good fit for the show. What are your next steps? Select your check-in date. Remember, you only need to attend one, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Complete all of your forms, your member form, your dog form, and read your guidelines. Attend your check-in date and bring all the supplies that were listed on the slide, and wait for an email from the Dog Project about the end of March, beginning of April, with your class list to see who's in your class, who your trainer is, and when to attend training starting in May. If you have any other questions, please do not be afraid to email the Dane County 4-H Dog at gmail.com or Lisa Curley at the 4-H office, and she'll forward it on to us. Or you can check out our website, the Dane County 4-H Dog Project, email that's listed on the screen, or into Google, you can type in Dane County 4-H Dog Project and it'll come up. Thank you for viewing this, and we look forward to seeing you at check-in.